What up, my people? What up, what up, what up, what up? Back at you one more time. Want y'all to smoke over this joint with me, all right? I want to see why my name keep coming out of certain people's mouths. And as I see why, I'm going to let you know why. I promise that through the meltdown of Jeremiah Judah 7,000, because that's what's happening. The brother's having a complete meltdown, okay? And during his meltdown with his personal issues that he have within himself, he just can't manage to stop trying to control grown men, okay? That's a real big problem with this man. This man feel like he has some type of control or authority over grown men, okay? Grown men that are just as grown and even older than him. As we see, the apostle made a video about this man, all right, telling him what he should do, where he can go, where he can't go, what he should say and what he should not say. The sad part about it is that this young man, well, actually this very old man, because he's older than me, this man ain't been in religion a fraction of the time that I've been in it, nor has he been in religion a fraction of the time the apostle been in it. His understanding is beneath both of ours, but he feels the need to check us about the things of God. That's ridiculous. When the elders speak, you listen. You don't check the elders. And that's what the problem is going on in the community over there in the Lion's Den. All right, so we just going to look at this and see what's going on over there in the Lion's Den and why this man can't seem to mind his business, why he feels that he got to mind my business. You understand what I'm saying? Why he feel like he got to speak about what I do and what I say. We're going to see who the truth and who is not the truth, and where the truth resides and where the truth don't. Let's dig into this.
I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm going to pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yes.
It's the old
He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got it blind. Yeah. Set on everything. Metaphorically, of course.
Yo. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shabarakat.
Yahweh Bahashem Barakatah. Can you parse that for me, please? I don't think so, but anyway.
Calm yourself. Welcome to the Lion's Den. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings.
Can you find the Hebrew word Yasha Allah anywhere? Can you find the Arabic or Amharic or Ge'ez or any Afro-Asiatic Semitic language a word called Yasha Allah anywhere? But these guys are the guys that have the nerve and the gall to want to challenge what I say. This gets ridiculous.
You know, sometimes when you make certain statements, it kind of throw people for a loop. One of my guys, my friends, I've been knowing for a couple of years, went on Frankie's platform the other day. A Bible believer, Old Testament only, follows the laws of Moses and the Levite priest, and the Old Testament only. So I was kind of shocked when the brother went on there, Kermit, can you just play it? Hold
on. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what has happened. Everybody know what has happened. Black Jesus Minister fell out. Well, just to make a long story short, Black Jesus Minister had fallen out with Sinetta. And it was because of Black Jesus Minister and JJ 7000 that introduced me to that platform. Black Jesus Minister swear up and down that he is more responsible for me being on there, and that he had a Sunday show. And then JJ called me up as well, that he was going on Sinetta as well. But the reality was that Black Jesus Minister was on there every Sunday, and he had a show with Sinetta, and he wanted me on there. And just during that time, because Black Jesus was on there, and JJ had connections, JJ wanted me to go on the show, so I went there. JJ falls out with Sinetta. JJ wants me to not go on the show anymore because he falls out with Sinetta. Black Jesus is still on the show because he has some type of whatever going on with Sinetta, some type of dealings going on with Sinetta where he has a Sunday afternoon show. And he felt that his show was being disrupted if I was to leave that show, because that was his show. And that he swore to me that he was responsible for me being on the Sinetta show more than anybody, all right? And that's what the truth is. So I lay things on the table. I say, well, JJ left. Black Jesus didn't leave. JJ is his friend. I'm his friend. Black Jesus stay. He don't have a problem. JJ don't have a problem with Black Jesus. Okay, but he have a problem with me staying. And he says that I am the face of the Lion's Den. But he told me that he and Black Jesus are the creators of the Lion's Den. He has a problem with the face of the Lion's Den being over there, but he don't have a problem with his co-creator of the Lion's Den being over there. Now, watch the story change up. And if the story change up that Black Jesus Minister is not the co-creator of the Lion's Den, then this brother has lied to me, because he told me that he himself and Black Jesus were the first two, and they themselves created the Lion's Den. And I'm telling you, my audience and my people, why would you have a problem with your champion that you and your show's creator placed me in this spot, and you the only one that has contention? You don't have contention with nobody but me. So Black Jesus Minister falls out with Sinetta. And being that because I was on the show, because of JJ and Black Jesus, Sinetta fell out with those two men. So I pretty much fell back from going on the show. Now, Sinetta, I could have easily went back on that show, but Sinetta never called me directly or reached out to me directly. And he probably figured that I didn't want to get caught up in the bull crap that was going on between him and the guys. And I didn't. So I just pretty much fell back. And I assured him that I had nothing to do with that. Black Jesus Minister, when he fell out with Sinetta, Black Jesus Minister assured me that I needed to go back on the platform and to continue the work. And I told Black Jesus Minister, no, I'm gonna fall back, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers, y'all took a hiatus or whatever y'all got going on. Cause I say hiatus because they falls out with Sinetta, and then they get back with them, and they fall out with them, and they get back with them. And see, I learned from the streets that you don't get involved with stuff like that, because these guys will sit up there and be friends. You know what I'm saying? They'll fuck around and be friends And then while they become friends, you'll be the one looked at on the outside and looked at kind of funny because you got involved in something that you ain't had no business doing. And this guy caused you to create an enemy that unwarrantedly that you didn't even deserve. You see what I'm saying? Due to his foolishness and his folly, while him and that guy is friends again. So I chose not to get off into stuff like that. I'm from Detroit, from the east side, from the streets, okay? There's no reason in the world, whatever the reason that he and Frankie is beefing over or they have any contention, that's not my beef. You understand? So there is a problem with this man every time he sees me on this show. He says that he had a problem of something that I said the other day. But the truth of the matter is, I've been on that show maybe 3 or 4 times, and this man has had a problem with me on that show every time I step my face on that show. Every time I step my face on that show, okay, he has a problem with me, okay? He's lying and saying that he has a problem with the apostle, okay? You know, he's lying and said he had a problem with Black Jesus because the contention that I have with him is actually over Black Jesus. He spoke about Black Jesus and went on Suge's show, okay, and spoke kind of downward towards Black Jesus. And I pretty much asked him and his cohorts, you know, can they just not talk about Black Jesus while he's not there to defend himself? And he went through this crazy thing about trying to make it though as I was trying to defend Sarnetta. But the reality of the matter is that this guy has went through the whole circle. He went through Black Jesus Minister. He went through Apostle. I'm the only one that left next. And I'd be goddamn if you say anything about me or to me about any decision that I make in my life, anything that I do, because I'm a grown man first. Okay, before I have any obligation to anybody or anything, I am a grown man. Okay, the truth of the matter, family, you all have seen the Lions Den. You've all seen me be a faithful contender over there. You know, I was very faithful. I was loyal. I was loyal to a machine that was not faithful and loyal to me. No kind of way. Okay, the reality is that the loyalty that I have given to the Lions Den was always something like Sammy the Bull. Okay, that was pretty much like my relationship over there. You know, I've gained my popularity. You know what I'm saying? It's time for me to go. And I'm going to tell you why. You know what I'm saying? It's time for me to go. You know what I'm saying? Because actually, it's been time for me to go. The first time they put me out, you know, JJ 7000 has put me out of the Lion's Den over ignorant, stupid things. You all have seen it like 3 or 4 times. You understand what I'm saying? Now, how can I continue to keep giving my loyalty to an entity who have shown me that they could throw me away at the drop of a dime? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that is just foolishness on me. I mean, you fucked me the first time, Shane, on me, on you. You know what I'm saying? You fucked me the second time, it's shame on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I allowed that to happen. And I'm just as a man won't allow those things to happen. Okay, this guy, he is not no kind of way near more intelligent than me. Intellectually, he is not fit to tie my bootstrap. I know it and he knows it. So how dare him check me or challenge me on anything that I say or anything that I do? Okay, I have an obligation to Terry Whitfield Yasha Ben Yishrael first as a man. Okay, I have a brand. Okay, as a man. Okay, and I am promoting what God gave me. Okay, in the Lion's Den, these people have been trying to shut me up for years. Certain, because I'm Old Testament, they have always had a contention with that. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't want me to talk about any type of New Testament topics. You understand what I'm saying? Anything, you know, that went against their Christian beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Like dying and going to heaven and hell. You understand what I'm saying? Believing in evil spirits and spooky ghosts and all of these things that Hebrews never taught. I've been an Israelite over 30 years, and I'm telling you that when I first came an Israelite and all before that, no Israelite taught none of these pagan Christian things. And what is happening is that you're having these Christians that are coming into the Israelite movement, and they're trying to infiltrate the Israelite movement with Christianity. And the reason why they gave me this belt to begin with was really to use me and to control me. You understand what I'm saying? To try to ingratiate me. You know what I'm saying? To try to control me. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm some type of whore or something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a man and I see through all of that bull crap. You know, I have an obligation to the Lord, not the lion's den. And when the lion's den decide to do things that are ungodly and that are not right, you know, the truth is that this man is fighting this man, Frankie Gary, and he's upset with Frankie Gary and Napa over some relationship that he had with Napa. I don't know whether it's a personal relationship. I don't know whether it's a I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know whether it was a relationship with her just being a debater. You know what I'm saying? I know that his girlfriend that he had at the time had a problem with their relationship, whatever it was. They swear up and down nothing happened. I believe it, but there's some type of contention that he has with Frankie over Napa. He openly said that he regret taking her over there, me over there, and everybody over there. But the thing about it is that you don't sit up there and take someone somewhere and unleash God's blessing and then you try to control God's work. See, that's what the ignorance and the silliness comes in at. Okay, but let's go back and listen to what happened. You know, and that is what happened. George left. Okay, so every time I ever stepped foot on that show, ever since George came back, first George, he again, mind you, that first George went back on the show, and then he went on Suge's show, and they all had contention with George Blanche, Black Jesus Minister, because he went on Sarnetta's show. I mean, he really wanted to say something to me, but he know that I'm not finna buy that bullshit, all right? When he tried it, I cussed his ass the fuck out, okay? I really did do that. You know, I gave him the business because I'm a grown-ass man and you don't tell me what the fuck to do, man. You know what I'm saying? That's first before we can ever talk about anything biblical. You're going to respect me as a man. And I tell you how to respect me as a man. Or we don't have no motherfucking dealings. Okay? Now that's the real. Okay? All that Bible and all that other fake shit can get thrown out the window. Because far as I'm concerned, you niggas don't follow none of it. Now, we're going to talk about you have a problem with me. I have a problem with you having problems with white people, but then dating them. I have a problem with you, out of all of the black women in the world, you chose to marry none, but you chose this. I never seen you at a Hebrew celebration, but I see you hugged up on motherfucking Christmas with a fucking Gentile. Come on, son, stop this, son. But you want to get up here in front of the people and preach. Man, I just sat up there and warned you, man, about your philanderous ways with these women, and I told you that was going to be your downfall. You didn't listen to me. I told you about Sarnetta, and that if you had a problem with him and how he disrespect you, stay your ass off his show. You had a problem listening to me then, but I didn't go making videos about you. I didn't go talking about you, putting your personal business out on you. See, what you're trying to do, dude, is trying to tear a black man down. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you fucked in the situation that you in right now. Every black man that is trying to come up in any capacity without you, you understand what I'm saying? You trying to tear him down. See, he trying to make it as if though that Frankie Gary, aka Sarnetta, is stealing his members. The truth of the matter is that Sarnetta's never stole me. Okay, he don't control me or any of that. The reality is that I never left the lion's den. You dig what I'm saying? But what did happen is this clown ass nigga pushed me away. That's what he did. You see what I'm saying? That's what he did. You see, Sarnetta didn't do that. He did that. You see, because I was going doing whatever I do, and then I'll go over there and make my obligations over there. You see, and I'm not even obligated to them. I'm not even a fucking champion. Last I knew, he took the belt from me. Okay. Now you gonna create a two champion, man? Cut this shit out, dude. All of this is the fuckery. to try to control me, son, and you don't control me. All right? That's number one. So you got to respect me as a man, dude, before I ever deal with you, son. Okay? Because I'm not your bitch. All right? Now let's break this down. This goofy shit that he's talking about. That the nigga been mad. The nigga been mad every move I make outside the fucking lion's den. Let's go.
Before we get into that, we got a couple people on the panel. We're going to introduce them real quick. Go ahead, Sister Creamer, introduce yourself before we get into this. I invited the brother to come on here, Yasha Ben Yishrael, because this is about his information. This is nothing behind the brother back. He told me he would be on here.
Well, that's a lie. I've not talked to JJ. JJ texted me, and really I was pretty tired of going back and forth with the texting on the Facebook. Okay, and I told him that I will call him later. Okay, I am a grown man, okay? And as a grown man, I take care of Yasha Ben Yishrael first. I take care of Yasha Ben Yishrael family first. You understand? I have a mother who is very, very bedridden, and my family is going through the most critical times that we have ever went through in our lives, namely me in this situation. Okay, and the reality is that Sarnetta has been calling me. I had to cancel on shows with him because I am taking care of my mother. I had to cancel with George. You know, a lot of stuff, a lot of phone calls, a lot of availability. Right now, I just don't have. Okay, and as of the last couple of days, family, I have a lot of family and friends that has been coming over to visit my mother. So therefore, I can't do any broadcasting. I keep my YouTube business and my personal business separate, which means that I don't be broadcasting in a house and in a home where there's people all around and interfering in what's going on. Okay, I don't introduce people in my private world to YouTube. Okay, I don't introduce a YouTube to my private world. Okay, so therefore, you know, and to be honest with you, I'm an Israelite people. There's people in my family that are not Israelites, okay? And there's some goons in my family. And of course, they're all together, they're hanging out. You know, they like to drink, they like to smoke, okay? So they like to do their thing, and they're very goonish. And I didn't want that type of environment in my broadcasts, okay? So the reality is that I have things that are important, that are more important than fucking JJ 7000 and the Lions Den. Okay, and if he feels that he is more important than my mother and my family and me and my life, okay, then he can have his fucking Lions Den and he can have his friendship, because a friend shouldn't put the dumb shit and his stupidity and his ignorance above my family obligations. And that's the reason why I did not come to his show. Okay, I just have very important things to do. My mother's very, 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 very sick. Okay, very, very sick. Very bedridden. Okay, almost like a fucking vegetable, y'all. And this guy want to sit up here and waste my fucking time with all of this silly and goofy stuff. You know what I'm saying? He expect for me to stop caring for my mother to go and address the goofy shit. It is like 4:34 in the morning, which is the only free time that I have to deal with this situation. But the brother's just a jealous, hating, dumb liar. Okay? And the biggest problem with him that fuels all of that is his dumbness and his stupidity. Okay? I never respected his scholarship. Okay? I never thought that man was an intelligent man. And I told him that to his face 1,000 times. Okay? And which is probably the reason why he don't want to hear nothing I got to say, but I don't care. I'm the one who holds the key to intellect. If you want to know this truth, you got to come get it from me or forever stay dumb, my friend. Or go do it yourself and do the research yourself. Obviously, you ain't got the capacity to do it. Everything that I say is the truth. Okay? So let's dig back off into this goofy shit.
But I guess, people had to change the plans. So we're gonna go
Nah,
on
I got
with the
more
show.
important shit going on, Goofy.
You know, without him, maybe he'll jump on.
No
a little
life
bit later.
ass
This is
nigga.
not a personal attack.
It is a personal
It's
attack.
not hating on him.
It is
where he
hating
was
on
at.
me.
None of that.
It is that.
Because we do this all the time. When somebody say something in the back chat or in the Lions Den or something we don't agree with, somebody's going to challenge the information.
Brother, you challenge. You can't challenge no information. You challenge any information from me, you gonna lose, brother. Set up the debate and we can get it in, my nigga. We got a platform. Come on our platform. Set up a debate with us, with me. We'll have Eric the moderator. He'll be just. He moderates for you. He moderates for you several times. We'll do it on his platform. You could debate me. You could sit down and have a showdown in the platform with me over there. As far as I'm concerned, bro, you won't have the opportunity to kick me out the Lions Den. I'm done with the Lions Den, my nigga. So keep my name out your mouth, man. All right? Because you real silly and you goofy, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no friend gonna be doing no whole ass shit like you doing, my nigga. You hating because I'm on Satanic show, bro. And that's just silly. That's just what it is, bro. You want me to be your bitch and to go over there and fight for this man over fucking the pie. That's what it all is. I was there from the beginning. I tell y'all, he told y'all, I was there from the beginning. Yeah, that's what it is. I told him, man, don't get involved in that motherfucking female shit, and he did. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it was his girlfriend and the pie going back and forth over him. I told him don't get involved with it, let him argue and don't get involved. He got involved, so Satanic got involved. Or vice versa. When he just should have been a man. If Satanic got involved, he should have just hung up the fucking phone. Okay? But no, but he wanted to get involved, and then they asking me, trying to pull me involved. He constantly been trying to pull me involved. Okay? There's been a time where I've made it clear that I wasn't going on Satanic show before I ever went on there. And the more I said that I didn't want to go, the more he kept trying to get me to go on there. I'm trying to get you to stop going and all Israelites to stop going. Because I felt like he violated the Israelites, all right? The truth of the matter is this. The brother edged me on and I go. Then when I go, he used it against me. You see? What did he bring me on there for? My information cannot be debunked, brother. By Satanic, by you, and by nobody. Okay? Because I tell the truth, and that's what my obligation is, to Yahweh, to tell the truth. And when you disagree with that, do know that you're on the other side of the truth, my nigga.
Before we do that, let's go ahead and introduce the panel. Go ahead, Sister Kareem.
Shalom, everybody in the chat. Shalom, press feed. Shalom to everybody on Bingo. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also on Facebook, and it's Lions Den. And if you want to see any more debates and discussions, or if you're a debater, please contact us on the Lions Den.
All right. Next in line, we got Corey TKO Dawson in the building. He earned the name TKO because his very first debate, he was knocked the man out in the first round. They call that guy Savio. Savio Robertson's been hurt ever since today. Life goes on. Go ahead, TKO.
We're talking about a career ender. But I'm TKO, Corey Dawson. TKO also stands for Tour Keeper officially. And,
nigga talking about he my friend. My friend wouldn't do me like that. All right? And they keep talking about how much of a friend I am to them. I didn't display my loyalty. You ain't displayed none to me, nigga. None. Not my beliefs, not my eldership, none. Nigga, you set me up with debates hoping that I fail. You prayed to God, man, and wish to God that Matt Saylor would have beat me, nigga. I synced it in you. You displayed it all on the air, my nigga. People seen it. People come to me. People always tell me, let me tell you something. People always told me that just like they tell me I shouldn't have fucked with Satanic, there's people tell me that I shouldn't fuck with you, son. People have always told me that, bro. You hear me? Do understand that, my nigga.
my name is Corey, my real name is Corey Dawson, representing the Lions Den. And man, I'm just here to sit back and terror weave and go up there and say some stuff like the Exodus is a myth.
Hold on, let me correct you.
Let's rewind that right there. This first time my name came out the mouth, right there around the 650 mark. So we're gonna take this back a little bit. And here he said he don't know why Terry did what. You don't know why I wipe my ass and shit. Nigga, you don't know why I get up and go to work. You don't know why I pay bills. You don't know why I own property, my nigga. You don't know why I have children. Because it's not your business. That's first. Okay? If you was my student or somebody that was following me, it would be my business. See, the thing is, y'all niggas trying to get me to follow y'all, and this thing don't work like that, dude. I don't submit to people that are intellectually inferior to me, bruh. That's just ass backwards, my nigga. And we not gonna play that kind of game. So let's go back here a couple seconds, see what these goofy Negroes are talking about.
TKO, we talking about a career ender. Yeah. But
let me see
I'm
any
TKO,
one of y'all in my career.
Dawson. TKO also stands for Tour Keeper officially. And my name is Takora the Real. My real name is Takora Dawson. Representing the Lion's Den, and man, I'm just here to sit back and listen to this discussion. I don't know why Zion, what's his name? Terry. Yeah, I don't know why Terry would even go up there and say some stuff like the.
I don't know why you would even be there on the Lions Den the way JJ bitched you out, my friend. Oh my God, JJ bitched you out so bad, so hard, my friend. And guess why he bitched you out? Because you wanted to go over and debate and to show your skills to the world. You wanted to go in the Lions Den. You wanted to show your skills in as whatever the VDL or whatever the fuck. You wanted to show your skills over there. You wanted to stand out. And he had a problem with it. I didn't have a problem with it. He had a problem with it. Ain't nobody in the Lions didn't have a problem with it. Tahuti and ooh, the good weed good. Tahuti and everybody else left and did their thing. He didn't have a problem with them. In fact, he was sending guys places. You go over there and then you get embarrassed and humiliated. And then he dog you the fuck out. Because you went on somebody else's platform. I don't know why he went over there. It could have been for the same reason why you took your ass over the SVDL. You remember that? Why? Because you knew it was your time to shine, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Well, you knew when somebody else called you and was interested in hearing you, you wanted to go. You ain't in no fucking gang, man. You in the fucking YouTube debate league, brother. These niggas trying to play you like you in a fucking gang, like you in a fucking religion, or like you in some kind of cult or something. Dude, we don't even believe in the same fucking shit. Nigga, religiously, you can't dominate me. I don't follow your religion. Your religious views don't mean a fucking thing to me, son. All right? So I'm not bound to you by no religion. I'm not bound to you by no fucking gang oath or ties. I'm not bound to you by contract. I'm only there because I am a member of a YouTube, Facebook fucking debate league, bro. That's it. And you want me to be loyal. See, I'm not supposed to be loyal to the church like I'm loyal to my wife. My first obligation is to my wife, man. All right? I'm not supposed to be loyal to my gang like I'm loyal to my kids. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, and I'm not supposed to be loyal to you like I'm loyal to my God. My God told me to say what I had to say, and I said it. Now, the guy wondered why I went on the platform and made the statement that I made. Okay? Now, I want to play the video, but I may not even have time. But I'm just going to juxtapose a little of the video along with what I got to say and to prove these dummies that they barking up the wrong fucking tree. And to show you that I'm on the side of truth, they're on the side of dumbness, and their dumbness is causing them to hate. Okay? They're hating dummies. And that's what I'm going to prove here today.
Exodus is a myth. You know,
hold on, let me correct
you. So he said that he don't know why I will go on the Sarnetta show and say the Exodus is a myth. Well, I did not say that. What I said on the Sarnetta show was that I agreed with John Henry Clark when John Henry Clark stated that the Bible was part myth, that it was part history, and it was part something else. Some I think has something to do with spirituality. And he was talking about how the Africans had the Cain and Abel story way before Moses ever even came into Africa. Okay. And, you know, and I was just basically just stating that during the time of Moses, and anybody can hear this. Now, the only reason why I'm explaining this is because my phone battery died. I mean, we was on a freaking show for like fucking 4 hours, okay? And my phone battery died, and I just happened to clunk out in the middle. So I do owe an explanation to the public, okay? I don't owe it on your platform, dummy. I don't owe it on Sarnetta's platform. I owe it on my platform and to my people and to my followers, okay? Those who believe in me and who genuinely want to hear what I got to say, uncontrolled by Satan and satanic drunk niggas, okay? Now, this is the attack, because I'm being for real, because he doing bitch ass shit and I see through it, and he lying about it. He trying to act like he concerned about the truth and he not. The nigga fucking dumb and he hating. So basically, I just said this, that writing came about around the time of Moses, Hebrew writing. And prior to that, that is the world's first literary writing. Anything before that is prehistoric. And the histories was passed down, the oral traditions and on how things came to be, you understand, were passed down through word of mouth. And that's what the Greeks called mythos. And I'm saying that all of these stories that Moses had were mythos. They were stories that were passed down because there is no writings. Moses is the first man to write these stories. Now, Moses is not a contemporary to Adam. He wasn't right there to eyewitness Adam's story. He wasn't there with Abraham to eyewitness Abraham's story. He wasn't there with Cain and Abel and Enoch and Methuselah to witness their stories. And the only way that he had gotten those stories is that they were orally passed down word of mouth, by which way the Greeks called mythos. Myths are nothing but old stories first. They're very, very, very old stories, okay? And they're stories that are passed down orally from generation to generation. And every culture from around the world has them. They have their own collections of myths, okay? And the ancient world was shaped by myths. They were shaped by passing down these oral traditions from generation to generation. Okay? And these oral traditions, they explain the ancient world, you know, and they explain the unexplained phenomenons that occurred in life way before we understood science. They pass stories down about God and the Creator, okay? And they pretty much pass stories down historically how things came to be. What must be understood to everyone and to every culture that had myths, everyone believed the myths to be the truth. I'm saying that When the Greeks had their myths, they thought their myths were true. I'm saying when the Romans had their myths, and when the Indians had their myths, and when the ancients had their myths, the Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, and and even when the Hebrews had their myths. Oh yes, Hebrews has myths. Every culture that had a myth, not near one of those cultures took those cultures to be fake, those myths to be fake. Every one of them took them to be true. Now, let's talk about Hebrew myths. There's a word in Hebrew called mashili. It is the Hebrew word for myth. It is also the same Hebrew word for proverb. When you open up your Bible to the book of Proverbs in the Hebrew Bible, it is a fact in the Hebrew language. This book is called the book of mashili, which means it is the book of legends. It is the book of sagas. It is the book of stories. It is the book of maxims. It is the book of myths, because Israelite had myths. They had old stories. We had our Mashilium. So when you ask me, did God give Moses the law a myth? I'm going to say yes, because it is an old story. It is a Hebrew Mashilium. It is a Hebrew saga. It is a Hebrew legend. It is a Hebrew story. It is a Hebrew maxim, because you're talking about laws. So when you ask, is a myth the truth? To ask that is a dumb question. And the reason why I'm not on your show responding to your question after it's all said and done, and why I'm not going on your show to answer your question, because a dumb question does not deserve an intelligent answer. See, a dumb question does not deserve an intelligent answer. Before the person receive an intelligent answer, he must be informed how stupid and how dumb that question was, and that you are giving an answer so that that person can no longer be stupid and dumb anymore. Okay? Now, if I say myth and you take it to mean fake, fairy tale, comic book, cartoon, then that's ignorance on your part, sir. And that's because you don't know what a myth is. Okay? You take a myth, you go in a fucking thesaurus and look up a synonym for myth. Don't even know what the fuck a thesaurus really is for. Don't even know what the fuck a synonym really is, because a synonym is not words that are same. They are words that are similar and or the same. Meaning that every word in here is not the fucking same. It's similar, but it's not the same. Okay? Now, I am telling you that the most important thing about an old story, a new story, is that you get the moral of the story. It's not that you wonder whether the fucking ark this over, or the mud ring over in Turkey is an ark. Or it's not important that you wonder where the Adam or Abraham existed. It is important that you get the moral of the story. That if God gave Moses laws and commandments, and God told Moses and his children and his followers to do these things, these are the things that you're supposed to do. So you're supposed to follow the moral of the story. Most of you Negroes can't see the forest for the trees, man. And it's very sad. It's very sad that I'm doing this video. And it's very sad that I have to explain this to you. Okay? When a speaker is speaking, an intellectual person does not try to force the speaker to talk down and dumb so that he can understand. Okay? An intelligent speaker will go and try to put himself in a position where he can try to understand the intent of the speaker. See, I am responsible for what I say, not how you take it. And if you are to take what I said as myth to be something fake or something ain't real or something didn't happen, then you don't know what a myth is, sir. And you are the fucking one that's in error, not me. All right? So I'm just going to let the video play on out, and I explain my position. So we're going to let the video play out, and we're going to see who the fuck right now. I already proved he's dumb. Now I'm fixing to prove. We already proves that he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. All right? And from what I saw, many others have called him and told him that everybody who saw this video, not one person took this video that I said in a negative light but him. That's because he's dumb. Okay? He's never interested in hearing what I got to say. He interested in arguing it and trying to get me to conform to what the fuck he got to say and preach his gospel. Man, I don't preach your gospel. I don't preach Jesus' gospel. All right? Later with that shit, my nigga.
So I need to ask him, were the stories of Moses a myth?
Yeah, the stories of Moses, yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't that included with the Exodus?
All right. I want to play this short video, and we're going to play a couple videos about what is a myth. And we're going to see, does the general consensus take a myth to be what it is, or do everybody think stupid and dumb like JJ 7000? Okay, we're going to see, does the general consensus says what a myth is right, or we're going to see, do more people agree to the stupid shit that JJ say about a myth? Is what JJ say is a myth, or what intelligent people say? We're going to see a consensus. He's the only person that fucking think like this. Don't nobody think like this but him. Let's see this. Watch this. Let's see what people think a myth is.
About time, people across the world told each other tales of how they came to be. Throughout time, people across the world told each other tales of how they came to be. Of heroes and monsters, romance and tragedy, death and rebirth. Mythology helped shape the ancient world, explaining the unexplainable. This is Mythology Unleashed. In modern times, scientific advancements have been able to answer questions that for centuries seemed unanswerable. From subjects such as biology and meteorology to psychology and sociology, it seems that with each passing year there is more uncovered and made available to the world. In the ancient times, such science was non-existent, yet the yearning for knowledge and enlightenment was as powerful as it is today. Mankind offered its own solutions. From these relatively primitive answers sprang forth stories passed down from generation to generation. These stories collectively are referred to as mythology.
Mythology is nothing but old stories passed down from generation to generation about people explaining life before science, before writing, before we had any of the technology that we have today. Okay? They were passing down stories about how life came to be, how their civilizations came to be. Okay? That's what they were doing. Okay? And that's what a myth is. A story that is passed down from generation to generation. An old story. A very old story. Nothing more, nothing less.
Every culture from around the world, from the Greeks and Romans to Native Americans to Australian Aborigines to the...
Every culture from around the world had them. And I'm going to prove to you that the Israelites had myths. All right?
Cultures of the Near and Far East had its very own collection of myths. Many of these myths focused on similar themes and subject matters. many attempting to explain unexplained phenomena, how the world was created, of the supernatural forces that control the world.
Myths explain unexplained phenomena, things that they couldn't explain scientifically back then, things that they couldn't explain intellectually back then. They were myths, they were old stories that were passed down. I mean, they couldn't explain gravity back then, so they had to come up with words and stories to explain their idea of these things, you see? So, a myth is nothing more than an old story passed down from generation to generation, whether it be true or false. And the reality of anything, any story, is that you get the moral of the story, whether it's true or false.
Powers of love and war and greed and courage, terrible monsters and the heroes that battle them, tales of innocence.
Man, we got stories of terrible monsters and heroes that battled them, David and Goliath. Oh my goodness, don't get to talking about your crazy book of Enoch. Oh my God. We got the Leviathan. You understand what I'm saying? We got Jacob wrestling with what you would call an angel. Okay? Come on, stop it, man. We have our myths. We have our old stories that fit this criteria of myth that was passed down from generation to generation. That's how you got it. You didn't see it. You wasn't there. How dare you tell me that you know for a fact that that Eve bit the apple? She bit from the tree. How dare you tell me it was a fact that it happened? If it was a fact, then what type of tree did she bite from? What type of fruit? That Bible said that tree produced fruit. What type of fruit did that tree produce? Did she eat an apple? Was it an orange? Since you were there, since it was so real, or should you not get the essence of the story about masculine and feminine energy, about how male energy walked and talked with God, and how feminine energy walked and talked with Shaitan? Because that's what the story said. The feminine person. I was just being nice when I said energy. Walked and talked with Satan. Okay? And how you're supposed to get that moral of the story and apply that to your life. And if you did that, you would see these very things manifesting in your reality today. It doesn't matter whether Adam and Eve was dead or alive or ever existed, or that you have the body, or that you can find it, or that you can even prove it. What is most important is the story that they left behind, and that you can understand the intrinsic value of the story, the moral of the story. And that's of any story, okay? You dumb niggas can't see the forest for the trees.
And corruption, and of what happens after death. To peoples of the ancient world, such stories would be seen as truths. These stories...
To the people of the ancient world, such stories were seen as truths. I'm going to stop right there. Let's get it. Let's see what somebody else got to say, what they think a myth is. In contrast to this clown, we said that this one guy said that he saw myth as the ancient world saw it as truth. Ain't nobody seen it as a fucking fairy tale or something that was made up. They saw it as a truth. Why in the fuck do JJ 7000 not see it as one? That's the problem, because he's dumb and don't know what a myth is. He think a myth is a fairy tale. Let's see, is it a good thing to look at a myth and a fairy tale as the same thing? Let's see.
In my short video, Different Types, I briefly describe myth as something grand and large, older and more epic than, say, a fairy tale. However, myth as a term...
older and more epic than a fairy tale. So it couldn't be a fairy tale, sir. That's 326. Let's rewind that back again.
Myth as a term has a wide range of meanings and, of course, interpretations. So what is myth? The term comes from the Greek word mythos, which at one point in time meant words, or anything that was spoken was considered a mythos.
So when people talked about myths in the ancient world, at first they meant anything that came from the mouth was mythos. Mouth, myth. The word even sound alike, okay? Because they have the same roots in linguistics. Myth only meant words that came from the mouth. And then later on, it morphed to mean story. Never have it meant to mean lie. Never was it ever intended to mean untruthful. Never was it ever intended to mean fairy tale. And if you was to get offended for somebody to say that you follow myths, that you have myths, that you believe in myths, then the truth of the matter is you have a problem with fucking reality.
Term was later redefined to include any story or any telling of an event, and later it became truth, or something that people believed in.
Stop. That's the second time, the second video where myth was connected with truth. No one ever connected myth with a lie. No one ever done that. But JJ 7000 does it. And that's why he has a problem, because he is wrong. He is wrong because he don't know what a myth is. Okay? Let me show you what that means when you don't know something. When you walking around here speaking and talking about things that you don't have no knowledge of, we're going to see what the dictionary called that word. The word here we're looking for is stupid. Stupid means having or showing a great lack of intelligence or common sense. Now, I just showed you two videos to demonstrate how common sense, how the sense is very common, okay? That truth does mean the truth. That myth does mean the truth, excuse me. And only a fool, only one who is unintelligent would say so. So I done proved that he was stupid, what we will call dumb. Okay, now let us define this word called hate. Hate. To feel intense or passionate dislike for someone. JJ has a very intense, passionate dislike for Yasha Ben Yishrael. When I was on the show, I didn't say nothing. My presence, the first show, and because I didn't say nothing, he could just dislike the presence of me being on there, and dislike the presence of George being on there. Now, George and Sarnetta has made up and made friends, and JJ is mad at George because George chose not to have enemies. George chose to amend his friendship with Sarnetta, and Sarnetta chose to amend his friendship with George, and JJ don't like it. JJ want to be evil and hateful. JJ want to have intense, passionate dislike for people. He like to have passionate and intense dislike for other men, for grown men. Okay? That's hatred. When you see him making these videos, you can look at him, you can see the intense, passionate dislike. So JJ 7000, by definition, is a stupid hater. I prefer to say dumb hater, but by definition, he is what's called a stupid hater. Now, we're going to look up this word, Masar. proverb, parable. All right? Now, we look up the synonym for myth here. You get folk tale, story, legend, tale, fable, saga, allegory, parable, 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 allegory, fable, lesson, okay, exemplum, the Haggadah, okay, epilogue, fable, okay, fable, okay.
According to Thesaurus, your dictionary, in this page you can discover 47 synonyms, antonyms, idiomatic expressions, and related words for fable, like story, tale, legend, folktale, fables, real, parable, fiction, aphorism, myth, and fabular.
Myth, okay. And there's another Hebrew word for myth to show you that the Hebrews had myths. You look up the word myth, okay. You look down here right at the bottom, you got the word mytheme, which is actually an anglicized word for myth. And then you got the word down there, agadah, at the very bottom with the aleph, the gamal, the dalet, and the hay, agadah, which is legend, fairy tale, fable, myth, a yarn, or just a simple old story. It's the agadah. So we got two words. So we have two words, the mashal and the agadah, okay? The agadah, sometimes you'll see it pronounced as haggadah, because it's ha as the, okay? Which basically simply means the story, ancient Jewish lore, forming especially the non-legal part of the Talmud, especially that part, okay? But it basically, the word agadah means lore. So the parts that are not dealing with the law will be in Hebrew in the Bible called the Agadah. And the part that is dealing with the law, which is a maxim, is the Mashal, or the Masal, translated as Mashili. As we see here, we open up this word here, this book here called the Mashil, the Mishli, the Mishli, okay? That is the word for where it says Proverbs, the book of Proverbs. If you can open it up, you'll see that the book of Proverbs right there, where it says Proverbs book 1, 2, 3, 4 down to 8, you'll see proverb translated as Mishli, from the Hebrew root word mashal. We had our myths and our legends, y'all. Okay? As we can see here, where it says Proverbs, the book, the Mishli, the book of Jewish knowledge base. Proverbs, the book of the Tanakh, containing Solomon's wise sayings and parables. Again, parable, fable, okay? Parable, fable, legend, tale, allegory, okay? Parable, right? Teachings, lesson, legend, fable, tales, fable, tales, allegory. Allegory, epilogue, fable. Fable keep coming up because fable is a word that is the same as parable. We're talking about intellect here. the best 8. They telling me what's the best words I could have used. What the fuck? Well, I'm gonna go with what intellect says. The best 18 synonyms for parable. This is a thesaurus, your dictionary. Synonyms for parable: moral, myth, epilogue, story, fable, allegory, moral, story, tale, legend. Parable synonym: scripture. Scripture is a parable. Parables are scriptures. Parables are moral. Parables are myths. Parables are epilogues. Parables are revelations. Parables are story. Parables is the Old Testament. Everything, when you deal with intellect, reflects to me being right. Okay? How dare you want me to side with ignorance and stupidity over that which is right? Let's look up the Hebrew word mashal again. Okay? So go back to the beginning. Mashal. Okay? This here is not showing all of the definitions, but if you can see right here where it says Bible Hub, Strong, this is how it reads in the Strong Concordance in the book. The Strong Concordance, mashal, a proverb, a parable, okay? A mashal, okay? A pithy, a maxim, mashal. To rule, to have dominion, to reign, because maxim is mashali, it's a maxim, it's a law. A maxim is a law. Okay? No one ever took myth to be fake. Okay? No one did. Only a fool does that. Mashal. Strong Concordance info. This is what Mashal is. Apparently, from H910, in the same original sense of superiority and mental action. Properly, it's a pithy maxim, okay? It is usually of a metaphorical nature, meaning not real. A mashal is usually of a metaphorical nature, meaning more like mythological, like allegorical, okay? Hence, it means a simile, something that is pretty much like something, as in the adage, like an age-old adage, okay? An age-old saying, a simile, okay? A wise saying, a poem, a discourse, a byword, a parable, the mashal. I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for years. Breezing through this, you can read through here. You can see words, the proverb for mashal, a parable. You know what I'm saying? It says usually of Hebrew wisdom. You see what I'm saying? But occasionally it's absolute. All right? It's proverbial saying. Okay? It's a brief sentence of popular sagacy, which meaning that it's a saga, a legend, okay? It is also a byword, which is like a parable, okay? Like calling a brother a Negro, that's a byword, okay? That's also a mashal, you know, because it has its legends and its myths and its saga and its story attached to that word, okay? Sentence of ethical wisdom, words of wisdom, like a saga, like a sage. It's a similitude or a parable. Okay? These guys don't know what they're talking about. A parable. A parable is a myth, bro. A parable is nothing more than a story passed down, bro. Your boy Jesus told myths all the time, my nigga. All right? But y'all mad at me. A myth has nothing to do with whether the person lived or not, whether the person exists or not, whether the story was ever rooted in history or not. There are myths that are rooted in history, and there are some that are not. That it's just an old story. All right? We look up the word mashal here. It says mashal Hebrew is a short parable or a parable with a moral lesson or religious allegory called the nimshal. Mashal is used also to designate other forms in rhetoric such as a fable or apetheme. So we could just look up what is the Hebrew mashal. You see fable right there. You know what I'm saying? You know, you see allegory right there. It's the Hebrew word nimshal. You see the M-S-H-A-L is mashal. So you put the root, the prefix nimshal, which is from the root mashal. Okay? You can see right there proverb, parable. You dig what I'm saying? To rule. An aphorism, which is actually a myth. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy. Let's get back over here and see what the haters hating about.
With the Exodus?
That would include Exodus.
Yeah.
That would include the Most High giving laws to Moses and all kind of stuff. So
Hold up, people. So he had the nerve to mention law, okay? But maxim is a law. Maxim definition and meaning, okay? It's an adage, an aphorism. It's an axiom. It's a dictum. It's a motto. It's a proverb. It's a theorem. Okay, it's a belief. It's a canon. It's a moral law. It is a law. A maxim is a law. A mashal is a law. A mashal is an old story. A mashal is a myth. It is an adage, like an age-old adage, an age-old story. It's a rule. You see, we look up adage, age-old adage, a proverb or a short statement expressing a general truth, an adage, a myth. We have seen myth associated with truths. Now, this the type of dumbass nigga that'll sit up there and have the nerve to say, well, I'm not going to sit up here and play the word game with you. That's because you insist on being a fucking stupid, dumbass, motherfucking idiot. Okay? And I'm releasing this. And I say fingers up, fuck y'all, I'm done.
Exodus is a myth.
hold on, let me correct you. So I need to ask him where the story. R-I-G-H-T-E-O-U-S. But before we do that, let's go ahead and introduce the panel. Go ahead, Sister Kareem.
Shalom, everybody in the chat. Shalom, press feed. Shalom to everybody on Bingo. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also on Facebook, and it's Orion's Den. And if you want to see any more debates and discussions,
He said this. You see what's thing about it is question.
You know what I'm saying? To Elder Yasha, Yasha.
A Bible believer, Old Testament only, follows the laws of Moses and the Levite priests, and Old Testament only.
Dumb.
So I was kind of shocked when the brother went on there. Hey, Karim, can you just play it? Hold on. Before we get into that, we got a couple people on the panel. We're going to introduce them real quick. Go ahead, Sister Karim, introduce yourself before we get into this. I invited the brother to come on here, Yasha Ben Yishrael, because this is about his information. This is nothing behind the brother back. He told me he would be on here, but I guess, people had to change the plans. So we're going to go on with the show.
I never told him that I was.
Without him. Maybe he'll jump on a little bit later. This is not a personal attack.
It is a personal attack.
It's not hating on him because where he was at. None of that.
We define.
Because we do this all the time. When somebody say something in the back chat or in the Lions Den or something we don't agree with, somebody's going to challenge the information. But before we do that, let's go ahead and introduce the panel. Go ahead, Sister Karim.
Shalom, everybody in the chat. Shalom, Paspeed. Shalom to everybody on Bingo. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also on Facebook, and it's Lions Den. And if you want to see any more debates and discussions, or if you're a debater, please contact us on the Lions Den.
All right. Next in line, we got Corey TKO Dawson in the building. He earned the name TKO because his very first debate, he must knock the man out in the first round. They call that guy Savio. Savio Robinson's been hurt ever since, but life goes on. Go ahead, TKO.
We talking about a career ender. Yeah, I'm TKO, Takora Dawson. TKO also stands for Torah Keeper officially. And my name is Takora, my real name is Takora Dawson, representing the Lions Den. And man, I'm just here to sit back and listen to this discussion. I don't know why Zion, what's his name? Terry. Yeah, I don't know why Terry would even go up there and say some stuff like the Exodus is a myth.
Hold on, let me correct you. So I need to ask him, were the stories of Moses a myth?
Yeah, the stories of Moses, yeah.
Old stories are myths. It's a stupid question. The question is a dumbass question.
But isn't that included with the Exodus?
That would include the Exodus.
Yeah.
That would include the Most High giving laws to Moses and all kind of stuff. So
well, Terry, you got a chance to take back what you said. If you don't,
I'm not gonna take back what I said. Fuck you.
I hate to see what happened to you intellectually.
Okay, none of y'all fuck with me.
Right. There's a couple people that were shocked. I mean, I would like, instead of me jumping to conclusion, I would like him just maybe come on here and explain what he meant. We love the brother over here. You know what I'm saying? We're not throwing you under the bus.
Yes, you is.
But we'll get into it. Go ahead. We got another person on Intercontinental Champion in the building, Smushinator. Go ahead and introduce yourself, family.
Shalom. My Israelite brothers, you know what I'm saying? Rastafari, I tell them a Rastaman them. You know what I'm saying? Blessed love, you know what I mean? You know who it is? It's the most hated, the most underrated, the most underdebated, the Smusher has, the Smushinator, yo Smusher man.
He's the most hated, most overdebated. This guy be on everybody's fucking platform. He's debating every time you turn around. This guy had like 6 debates a week. What the fuck is he talking about? The average debater don't even debate that much. We debate 1 or 2 debates a month. This motherfucker do like 5, 6 debates a week. He should start off fucking lying.
David. So yeah, big shout out, you know what I'm saying, to Elder Yasha, Yasha, you know what I'm saying? I think that maybe he might have worded it, you know what I'm saying, a certain way that he might not have exactly meant, but it's all love, you know what I mean? We gonna...
Now, if he's intelligent enough to at least pick that up, how come JJ couldn't pick it up? That's one person. Let's go.
Bring out some of our information.
That's 3 people that we got so far that understand that my wording is correct. That's one on his panel, two in the videos that I've showed, and several definitions of myth, saga, parable, legend, maxim, mashale, and agada.
Here, you know what I mean, today, and do a little bit of a comparative study, you know what I mean, on this as well. So I got some sources. I know my brother Takori got some information to break out. So this is what we're gonna do, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna build, we're gonna expound on this, you know what I mean? With that said, I'm on the plane.
Right. Now, like I said, and this is no knock on
yes, it is.
Sarnetta's platform, but we all know what it's built for, right? It's built to basically, nowadays, it used to be, you know, everybody had a chance, you know, but now it's built to kind of just, to me, my personal opinion, maybe not y'all, is to tear down the Bible. It's to pit Israelites against each other.
You fell for the bait.
So let's just go ahead and start off with.
And you fell for the bait. If you feel like he felt to pit Israelites against each other, and I didn't come against you, why do you keep coming against me? Okay? I didn't come against you. He didn't put me against you. He didn't put you against me. You deliberately took it upon yourself to come and attack me, brother. Stop it. You fucking lying. Every fucking video that I was on, every show that I was on within the last fucking 2 weeks, bro, you've been hating, bro. You've been having intense fucking feelings of dislike, bro. Stop it, bro. That's hate, nigga.
The little piece that Terry ended the show with. Can we do that real quick, Karima?
Yeah, do that.
And then we'll go from there. You got the clip?
You send me the clip to the other account? Hold on, I gotta share it to the account.
Yeah, the other account.
Nigga talk about he ain't like, you can either lift up or tear down. Now tell me, what is he trying to do?
Yeah, while she's looking for that,
he damn sure ain't trying to
brother basically went on there, Sarnetta asked him. Well, no. Actually, he volunteered the information.
No, I didn't.
So I'm just going to let the video speak for itself, but I don't want to mess it up.
He asked me.
But I will say, when you're on that platform, you got to be careful how you use your words when you're an Israelite.
No, I don't, brother. I got to get on there and tell the truth. That's my only obligation, okay? There's nothing in the Bible tell me that I have to be careful of my words or going on Sarnetta's show, bro. The Bible tells me to tell the truth, brother. The truth. The truth, brother.
You see? Just like how he took apostle words and you know, used it against him. Or even try to.
And he took your words and used it against you and made videos against you, you know, and this way before the white girl. And he did it against you, and none of that stopped you from going on that show. I told you, JJ, you shouldn't go on that show. If I was you, I wouldn't go. You know, you come back crying, you come back complaining, you come back more miserable than you was happy because you was looking for your daddy Sarnetta to validate you. The problem is that I'm not looking for him, his pose, or none of that shit to validate me. What I am looking to do is to go on there and to disrupt the lies, okay? And if you're telling people that those stories are not myths, brother, you are fucking lying. By definition of what a myth is, you are lying. If you're telling people that myths are fake and not real and never happened, you are lying, brother. All right?
Use it against us. If I'm on there, he's trying to ask me, well, Apostle said this, you know, and that came out of.
Well, if he used my words against you, and you don't explain to him what my words really meant, that meant you didn't respect me enough to learn my words. See, all them years I've been in the Lion's Den preaching this, And you didn't hear it. You dig what I'm saying? You didn't hear it. Because you thought that your Jesus stupid ass Christianity that you proved a fake ass virgin birth using white Catholic scholars against the Zariach, against the Israelite, you using Christian sources against a fucking Israelite. Come on, bro. A mythological shit that ain't even rooted in Hebrewism, dude. And you call that scholarship. Bro, stop it, bro. Just stop it. Take what I say, and what I say is the truth, brother. A myth is what a myth is. And I use the proper wording. What you have to do is get the proper understanding, dog. And that's what the problem is. You don't have the proper understanding. There is no God, no Holy Ghost, no Yhwh, or none of that in you, my nigga. Because you are outside of the truth, brother. Your whole video is rooted by the spirit of adversity, my nigga. You are adverse to me right now. Okay? You're my adversary right now. You adverse to everything that I do other than come on your show and kiss your ass. Okay? Shut up and don't speak because you don't like what I got to say and all this shit. Man, fuck that shit, bro.
Awesome, that don't mean that I believe it, but I still had the right to question what Apostle said, just like I had the right to question what Terry said.
Right, you had a right to question it, and I have the right to not answer you. You understand? I have the right to understand that a stupid question does not deserve an intelligent answer. A stupid question, the person asking the stupid question need to be made to understand that his question is stupid. That way, when he receives the right answer, he get it. And I'm telling you, to ask whether a myth is the truth or that Moses was a myth, to ask that question is a stupid fucking question. It is a question of unintelligence. It's a question that lacks intelligence. We read to you what the fuck stupid meant, dummy. Now, we take this back a little bit. I'm just fooling around because he's saying some crazy shit.
Still looking. Didn't Takor just had it? Okay.
Had what?
The clip. The clip. I sent it to your other account, Kareem. You got two accounts, right?
These niggas can't sleep unless they doing something wicked. Didn't the Bible say something about that?
So basically, he said
sleep without
stories
my man
of Moses.
Me and they man
is a myth. Yeah, so when you go on a platform like Sarnetta, they're gonna take what you said and twist it.
So
when you say myth, he was.
So I'm responsible for what I say. I'm not responsible for how you take it. That's what you don't understand. See, you try to say things in such a way that causes you to be lying, JJ. You say things in such a way that you want to act like you represent the truth, but you're representing lies and false doctrine, brother. And that's why they be tearing your ass up. I don't get that what you get over there, brother. It never happened. Okay? Not once have I been disrespected. Not one time by not one person on or off the chats, bro. Nowhere in the show have I ever been disrespected like you have, brother. All right? Because if Sarnetta ever disrespect me, he knows that I'll never go on his show again. Okay? He knows that he'd never have me on there again. All right? He knows that. He knows that I'm not going to do like you. He disrespect you, then you kiss his ass, and you go back on the show, and he disrespect you again, and you kiss his ass, and you go back on the show, and then he disrespect you again, and you kiss his ass. It's just a constantly ass kissing contest with you. A ass kissing continuendo. He'll never get that from me. I'm a man. If I fall out with that nigga, I'm not going on his show. All right? And I'm intelligent. I don't fall out over information. Okay?
Talking about, he was talking about maybe, or I don't know what he's talking about, to be honest.
So why are you speaking on it?
Are you saying that's not true? Because if you look up the definition of myth,
I didn't say that, and nobody that ever defined myth as an untruth. No one. You're doing that, brother. I am responsible for what I say. Okay? I am not responsible for how you take it. You take what I say based on your intelligence level, sir, on your comprehension level, sir. And if you take myth to mean something not true, just like it just came out your fat ass mouth, your fat dumb ass mouth, then you are the one that's wrong, brother. You are the one is displaying low competency, bro. You are the one that's displaying incompetence. You are the one that's wrong. You are the one that's in motherfucking error. All right? And get that straight, not me. I don't have to change shit. You have to change. It's called wising up, dummy.
it's a belief. It's a false belief of an idea. That is in definition number 2. And that is what the house of consciousness is going to roll with.
But he never did say definition number 1. He skipped. Who goes towards the 4th and 3rd and 5th and 2nd definition of a word? The word that is number 1 is the most common used word. And in every definition and in every dictionary, an old adage, an old story, okay, is what a myth is. Everywhere. Everywhere. Okay? Now, if I say a word and it has a homophone and you took it to mean something that I did not intend, that's your fault. You are suffering from the same dumb problem that Nepal was suffering from the other day, sir. We're using a homophone incorrectly. That's just as dumb as like saying the word rest have several definitions, okay? And you picked the wrong definition, okay, for the right application of the word. Like rest. Rest can mean to cease from work. Rest could mean the remainder. Now, if I say I got 5 apples in the refrigerator, take 2 and leave me the rest, it would be you, the one that is wrong, incorrect, lack of intelligence, and incomprehensibly incompetent to think that I meant to leave me 2 apples, take 2 apples, and leave me the seasoning from work. You should take that to mean take 2 apples and leave me the remainder rest, not the cease from work rest. See, when you do that, you display dumbness and incompetency, sir. I'm not wrong. I'm not dumb. Okay? I am high intelligence and I speak that way. And if you can't roll with it, then you're going to get rolled the fuck over. I'm not slowing down for you. You need to catch up, nigga. You 50 years old. You too old to be too stupid, man. All right? I don't care what nobody take it to mean, because that's not my problem. That's not my obligation. My obligation is to go and tell it on the mountain, brother. Tell it on the hills and everywhere. Tell it everywhere that I go, brother. That's my obligation. My obligation is to tell the truth. And your job is to receive the truth, okay? And if you take myth to mean what the fuck you defined it to mean and what you took it to mean, then that's a problem on your behalf. That is a lack of incompetence and incomprehensive ability on your part, sir. That is an error on your part, not mine, okay? Shame on fucking you, sir, not me. Okay, because if you understood what I said, by every essence, by every definition, Hebrew and English, brother, the only thing that you got is second or third level definition, while I got hundreds of first level definitions, synonyms, cross language references, and everything to back what I'm saying. If you was a holy man, you would back the fuck down and shut the fuck up and learn this truth and teach it. That's what you would do if you was a holy man, but you're not. You're going to continue to make these goofy ass videos and keep trying to slander me and trying to paint a picture as if though I'm fucking wrong, when it's clearly you're the fucking one that's wrong. You wrong when you put me out your group the first time. Nigga, you put me out your group over some bitches, nigga. Every time. Over some bitches, nigga. The bitches that ain't even in your group. Bitches that's making videos about you right now, nigga. You's a clown ass nigga, dog. I just stood there and held your back for too long, brother, just so you can keep shitting in my face. Brother, if you shit in my face again, nigga, the beef is motherfucking on, nigga. And I'm telling you right now, fuck you. All right? I see you for what you is, nigga. You not no good to me, nigga. You not my motherfucking friend. My friend wouldn't do no whole ass shit like this. My friends trust me, nigga, that I tell the truth. People that been knowing me in this walk for 30 years, they trust that I am telling the truth. Bitch, you don't trust what I'm saying. You think I'm out here trying to mislead the people or some shit, like your ass is. You want to be a camp leader, nigga. You want to run with Tazariak and be like them, nigga. You want to be like them goofy motherfuckers. You don't even know what a real Israelite is, nigga. You never had a teacher. You never been in no camp. You never been in no school. You never been in no organization. Nigga, I'm honorary. I never had to join an organization and it's honorary member in every motherfucking place I stand. That's respect. I know what respect is. And you don't have it, sir. You're wrong. And you need to be calling me kissing my ass and repenting, nigga. And kissing my feet, nigga. Other than that, if you ain't calling or making a video about an apology, nigga, I say fuck you and the Lions Den.
So you just denounced, basically,
I ain't denounced nothing.
your whole teachings, because you go by Moses and the laws.
I didn't denounce nothing. You see what he doing? Now, is that, he said is he there to uplift or tear down? This nigga sitting up here saying what I denounced by telling the truth. That these are old stories, dude. And that's what myth is. And I'm tired of having to tell you this. It's sad that I have to teach you and tell you what fucking words is and what they're not. You fucking stupid, dude. And that's why I don't want to fuck with you. All right?
All that. So now this gives a person a chance to say, okay, so what's a myth, Terry?
And a myth is an old story. That's right. I set it up like that. Because when you on a platform like that, you have to say things to invite the mic back to you. Not say things to keep the fucking mic off you, dummy. Tell them about that part of Sinetta, nigga. You don't gonna tell them that. You ain't gonna tell them how you gotta be tactful about what you say. And I do it, I say what I say, and what I say guarantees the mic gonna come back on me. Because I'm gonna say something that intrigues the audience in wanting to hear what I gotta say. You don't do that. You come on there condemning them, telling them they going to motherfucking hell, a motherfucking mythological place that don't even fuck exist, and you wonder why people don't respect you. You come on there talking a fucking language that ain't even a fucking real Hebrew language. You come on this bitch speaking Lashawan Kadesh, but then you turn around and bash the camps and they doctrine and say they doctrines is false, but you run around here speaking they fucking language. Nigga, you's a fucking clown, nigga. We see straight through you, dog.
Are the laws a myth now? Because you say it's just orally passed down, and that's just a myth?
Oh, yeah, it was orally passed down, brother, for years, brother. Go look and do your research, brother. That's the problem. You niggas want to keep talking about what is true and what is true, and when we look in the history books, we don't see your lies in there, brother. Go look and see when the first when the first written text that we have, brother, and the dates that we have. And watch you sit up there and lie and say some other date that you can't even fix and attest and prove. The oldest text that we got, brother, is this fucking Septuagint. Watch you sit up there and lie and say that we got some other text. See, I had to school you on how to beat Yhwh because you don't understand the transmission of the text, bruh. You can go about all this shit that they say, but can't prove nothing, brother. You can't prove the codex or nothing, brother. Because it is known fact that the Hebrew scriptures was orally passed down, brother. I got you on motherfucking videotape saying this, okay? Then for you to try to act like it wasn't, brother, I got you on videotape, brother, in the Yhwh debate, brother. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to make a video clowning your ass about it, brother. All right? Orally passed down, mythos ass nigga, word of mouth ass nigga. But I can't say it. I gotta say orally passed down. Nigga, fuck you. I'm gonna say myth like I intended for it to say. See, because when you let it be understood that you understand that these stories are myths, then they can't use that and fight it and hit you across the head with it no more. Because you understand what a myth is and what a myth is not. See, they use that word to dumb niggas like you who take offense to that word because your dumb ass don't know what it means. More than anything, they do it to hurt you because you show hurt from it. Nigga, them niggas telling the fucking truth. It's an old ass story, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Kramer, you gotta find that video. If not, I'll find it. I want it to come exactly out of his mouth.
That's right, so you could try to tear me down, bitch ass nigga.
Zion, you got anything to say?
Hating Christian, drunk ass, white bitch.
Yeah,
multiple
I think you know what I'm saying.
Nigga, you ain't married to none of them.
He was trying to say, because he had said something at the end. He said all cultures have their own stories. I believe in that clip, and I'm not against that. Like, I would say that most cultures do have their own lore and folklore that are surrounded around historical figures that they may themselves embellish or whatever like that. That if that's what he was saying, exactly I'm not going to knock it. But once again, you have to be careful what you say and how you say it. Otherwise, people are going to misconstrue.
Do you hear this? This guy know what a myth is. He knows what a myth is. He knows exactly what it is. Them guys know me. And what he does is he knows that this brother's trying to tear me down. And what he is doing is trying to be a buffer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Between me and JJ, where he don't have to be. You should just step on out of it and see that JJ is pulling bullshit. And you see it. Okay? You see it.
Exactly what you're saying, in order to support their own negative perceptions or accusations against Judaism, the Israelite beliefs and faith. So it's very, very, you got to be cautious, with words sometimes, because it seemed like Sarnetta was laughing when he said that, and you know what I'm saying, and not in a good way. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Who cares? He laughed when you beat Yhwh, brother. He laughed when you beat Nepal, brother. You know why he laughed? Because he was gonna do like you said he was gonna do. He was gonna twist it up and make them the winner anyway. Brother, no matter what you do on that show, he's gonna try to manipulate it, brother. That's what he do. But it didn't seem to be a problem when you kept carrying your weak ass over there. Weak ass man. All up at kissing a man's ass who constantly show you disdain and disrespect. Constantly. That nigga ain't never respected your intellect. He just got on TV the other fucking day, nigga. Let's play the video game, nigga. You want to play video game? You want to go back and forth about video clips about who let's video beef, dumbass nigga.
Right. Okay. So we got the little 15, 40-second clip up here. Go ahead and play it, Karima, and then hopefully, Terry, I know you probably watching, so brother, just go ahead and jump on. This ain't no no bashing or nothing. We just want to understand where you're coming from, brother.
I told you. You don't need to just take it how I say it.
It is an Israelite myth. Israelites do have myths. The very word for proverb, mashili, also means myth. So Israelites do have myths. And just like every other nation had a myth.
You said the Moses story was a myth?
Yes, it was. Because the thing about it is that the Hebrew writing, the Hebrew writing didn't start until around the time of Moses. Okay, so the very word myth means mythos, word of mouth, words that was passed down by the mouth. These stories were words that were passed down by mouth prior to being written.
You might have Hebrews on your neck tomorrow, brother.
But it's the truth. It is an Israelite myth. Israelites do have myths. The very word for proverb, mashili, also means myth. So Israelites do have myths. And just like every other nation had a myth.
You said the Moses story was a myth?
Yes, it was. Because the thing about it is that the Hebrew writing didn't start.
He said this. You see what Sinai did? He said this.
Let's stop. Now, he too busy worrying about what the devil doing as opposed to backing up the man of God, okay? Now, you finna join the devil, and the devil is not going to fight me, but you is. And you're going to fight me because I sat on TV and told the fucking truth, brother. You was a clown-ass nigga.
Stories of Moses is a myth, and Terry said yes.
Yes, and I'm going to say it again.
Go ahead and finish playing it, and then I'm going to pull up the definition of myth.
Until around the time of Moses. Okay, so the very word myth means mythos, word of mouth, words that was passed down by the mouth. These stories were words that were passed down by mouth prior to being written.
You might have Hebrews on your neck tomorrow, brother.
But it's the truth. It is an Israelite myth. Israelites do have myths. The very word for proverb, mashili, also means myth. So Israelites do have myths. And just like every other nation had a myth.
You said the Moses story was a myth?
Yes, it was. Because the thing about it is that the Hebrew writing didn't start until around the time.
I explain myself clearly, concisely. You know what I'm saying? Succinctly, very clear, very short, what part he didn't understand? If you're trying to make me say anything other than I said, then you're not with me, you're against me, you're my adversary, brother. And I'm going to see you as that, brother. Now, I'm going to end this video with you coming up with the wrong definition of what myth is. I done defined it several times in several languages. I cross-referenced it. I gave you synonym, antonym, homonym, and homophone, brother. If you don't get it, you're the fucking fool, all right? But I'm going to end this after you do what I know that you're going to do. What you're going to do is go to the worst fucking definition in the fucking world, not the best, to try to tear me down. And when you do that, I'm going to end this video with a fuck you, bitch.
Of Moses. Okay, so the very word myth means mythos, word of mouth, words that was passed down by the mouth. These stories were words that were passed down by mouth prior to being written.
You might have Hebrews on your neck tomorrow, brother.
But it's the truth. It is an Israelite myth.
All right, so y'all heard his explanation, or how he felt that the Moses story is a myth.
Definition, nigga.
Okay, now, Creamer, I sent you a definition, right? Can you pull that up? It's in black. Or you gonna have a hard time pulling that stuff up? Because I want to show him and I's conversation.
You couldn't find the tape. You can't find
what he said. I want
to existence telling you no, JJ, but you going against it. That's why I don't fuck with you, dog. That's Yahweh telling you don't do it, and you're gonna do it anyway.
So, Corey, what you think? What you heard so far? What do you think? Maybe I'm taking it the wrong way. I don't know.
You is.
Yeah, well, he was trying to say that myth means out of mouth or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, he was pretty much saying that it came out of mouth. You know, it's just that we do come because he never said that it meant fake, but he was going into another earlier concept of the term myth, meaning that it just came out of mouth, that it was passed down or traditional.
Okay,
so okay, so we got all of the consensus agree with me. 2 people on your panel. Now watch this bitch ass nigga go against all the consensus. He's the only motherfucker. Now, ain't taking it like that. Trust me. He ain't taking it like that. He knows that he can beat you across the head like that with it because you a bitch ass nigga. Because you don't understand what a myth is because you get on TV and lie and say that the story is not a myth. And that's a fucking lie. So when you do this bitch ass shit you about to do, we're going to end this tape.
How come he couldn't have said oral tradition? We have oral tradition.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
how come he couldn't?
You kind of confuse people now because when people say a myth.
How did that confuse people? That didn't confuse nobody. It didn't confuse you. You said clearly what it meant to you, but you're going to try to speak on what it does to other people when it didn't do this to you, when it didn't do this to Zion. It only did this to fucking JJ. Stop it, bro. Stop kissing JJ ass, bro. You niggas is weak ass men over there, and I don't want to be seen with your bitch ass niggas.
They automatically assume that you saying fake.
You didn't automatically assume.
And him watching Son of the TV, he should know because they say it all the time.
And I agree with them. I agree with their myths. Just like Jabari agreed that his stories are myths because he's intelligent, dummy. You the fool, and you don't like what the elders got to say, and you dumb as fuck. So you gonna remain dumb, and everything's gonna fall around you.
I don't believe in Kemet. We know it's a myth. We know it's not real. So let's look up the definition of a myth. Okay, you got 2 definitions on the screen. Which one do you think the House of Consciousness is going to go with? Okay, number 1.
The House of Consciousness should go with the one that I said. If they go with the one that I didn't say, the one that doesn't fit my sentence, then they're the foolish ones, just like you, dummy.
A traditional story, especially one concerning the early history of a people or explaining some natural or social phenomenon, and typically involving supernatural beings or events, which...
That's what I meant. Ain't that what the story is? Ain't that what the Moses story is? Come on, people. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
He don't really believe in supernatural beings either. He just... So that...
Yeah, so if I don't believe in supernatural beings, brother, brother, stop it. I believe in the existence of Yahweh, the one being, the only being, brother. The only thing that could ever be seen as supernatural, brother. Something that you don't believe in. You believe in Jesus, brother. And you believe in white Catholic Jesus. You know, the one you used against Tazariot. The one who all Israelites preached against. That's the one who you represent, my nigga.
Now here's number 2. A widely held but false belief or idea. Which definition do you think the House of Conscience is going to go with, Yasha?
They always go with number 2. Because I think they don't even know what the first...
I end this. Boy trying to tear me down. So the question is JJ 7000 trying to tear me down, or is he trying to uplift me up? I done told you what I said. And I am, as a speaker, am responsible for what I say, not how you take it, okay? And you, as a competent listener, should try to get the intent of the speaker, not to twist his words up to use it against them. You are doing this. Sarnetta has not done this. You're doing this. This is an example and evidence that you are doing this. My own Hebrew bitch ass brother. I'm gonna tell you, nigga, fuck you. You's a bitch ass nigga and you trying to tear me down.